What's going on, stackers? So in this video I'm going to share with you how to get an Amazon bestseller badge using this simple tool. So welcome back to StackinProfit. My name's Paddy, and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said, we're going to be talking all about getting an Amazon bestseller badge. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you. So I've come over to here on Amazon and found this bestseller. This is a Doodle Dragons, an adult colouring book. Right here is the bestsellers badge. Now, to get this is pretty simple, but it's not easy. So to get this seller badge, you have to be #1 in a category that you chose for your book. So if we scroll right down to here, just to here, we can see that it's #1 in WOD General. Now, one thing I do want to note is a lot of people put their books in categories which aren't really relevant to their book, just so they can get that bestseller badge, which you should not be doing. Always go after categories related to your book. But we can see here, this is actually #1 in WOD, I think that's WOD General. So if we actually go over to this category, let that load up for a second and scroll down, we can see that just here, it's #1. Now, if you wanted to get #1 in this category, first of all, you would have to put your book in this category, and then you would have to have a BSR lower than this #1 spot, and that's how you would get that seller badge. Now, every category is completely different, and you're going to need a different BSR to get that bestsellers badge, depending on what category it is. Nope, I felt like I said that completely wrong. So let me say that again. So every category is completely different. Every category is going to have a different set BSR that you're going to need to get #1 for that bestsellers badge. Now, you're going to get to see what I actually mean in a minute. In fact, let's go over already. So this is a tool that I've been using a lot recently. If you want to check it out, you can click right down there in the description, as there will be a link for you to go and check it out. And if you want to see a review and a walkthrough of this software, then click right there in the right hand corner. Now, when I made that video on this review about this software, I didn't really talk about this, the Category Explorer, because I hadn't been playing around with it. But now that I've played around with it, I want to share that with you to see if it's something that you would be interested in. So once you're in Bookbeam, you can come here to the Category Explorer and then click on here to select your filters. Now, we can choose from the US marketplace or the UK. I'm going to do this on US because that's where I do all of my research. I'm going to want to choose books because that's what we're looking for. And then right here, we can put in a primary category just here, or we can search through all the categories just here. Now, if I remember correctly, there's over 6,000 categories to choose from to put your book in. Now, with me personally, I always choose a category that best suits your book, and doing this using this software makes it so much easier, and you can find categories where you're going to find it a lot more easier to get that bestsellers badge. So let me just show you an example. So say we have a children's book, we want to try and find a category where I could rank in that category and get that bestsellers badge. So we're going to choose, let's choose children's book. So I'm going to click on there. Now here we can find the top rank with a BSR of under 10,000, 10 to 20,000, 20 to 40,000, and so on. So this means if I click on here, so I want to find a category where the BSR is in between 20 to 40,000, and if I put my book in there and get those sales, I could get that bestsellers badge. And down here we can go layers deep. So the layers literally means the sub niches within that category, or the subcategories. So let me just choose this 20 to 40. We're going to click find categories, and we have 4 suggestions that have popped up. So if I had a children's book on Buddhism, and if I put it in this category just here, books, children's books, religions, Buddhism, and if I have a BSR of under 25,000, then I'm going to get that #1 bestsellers badge. So I hope you see how powerful this actually is. It does take some time to go through categories to find the perfect category where you're going to be able to rank and get that bestsellers badge, but it's worth it in the long run. Now, why would you want this bestsellers badge? So let me just scroll up to the top. So why would I want this? Well, it just gives you more credibility. If someone was about to buy an adult colouring book and then they come across this and it says bestseller, there's a better chance of them actually pulling out their wallet and buying that product just because it is a bestseller. So that's one of the reasons why you would want it, and using this category explorer on BookBeam will help you find those categories to rank those books and get that bestsellers badge. Now let's do a different one, because you can actually choose quite a lot. You can choose, let's choose teens as well. So we got children's books, teens, and let's go with a different one, maybe cookbooks, just for an example so we can take a look. Let's try and find a BSR which is in between 40 and 80,000. So if I had a book which had that BSR and then put it into a category, I'm more likely going to outrank everyone else and get that bestsellers badge. So let's click find categories. So now it's saying here we have 34 to choose from. Now on here we can actually filter through layers, top 1 rank, top 3 rank, and top 20 rank. It also gives us the average price. But if we go here, click on top rank, so it comes the lowest first, we can see for this category, which is books, teens, education and reference, history, United States, Civil War. So if I had a book about Civil War, then I could put it in this category. And if I had a BSR of 30,000, and then I put it in this category, I'm then going to get that bestsellers badge right here for that category. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Now, always just remember, don't go putting your books in categories that are not even relevant to your books, because I see this all the time. People do that just to get that bestsellers badge, but I can see somewhere down the line Amazon clamping down on that because it doesn't leave a good customer experience. So always try and keep your account in good standing, and just always put your books in categories which are relevant to your book. So remember that as well. Don't abuse it. Now let's change this. Let's change this to, I want to find a top #1 category where the BSR is 80,000 and above. So let me click on that, find categories. We have 19. So with this Buddhism one, or this Eastern one, so books, teens, religion and spirituality. So if I had a book about spirituality, and if I had a BSR on that book of around 100,000, I could then get #1 spot and get that bestsellers badge. As we can see, to get the bestsellers badge in this category, your book has to have a BSR of 115 or lower. So there are a lot of categories out there which you can easily put your books into and get that bestsellers badge. It just takes time to go through all these categories, and remember there's 6,000 of them all in all, but you have to go through them, do the research to find that best suited category for your book so that you can hopefully get this best sellers badge. So again, if you want to check out Bookbeam, I am going to leave a link down in the description so you can go through and check it out. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been Stacking Profit, and I'll see you again soon.